Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm so excited to be back here live with you all this evening. We have 15 minutes of amazing time together. And last week, we were talking about what other realities there are out there and how important it is that you become aware that your loved ones are really there with you, that your spirit guides are always right there beside you, and that you too have these abilities and can communicate with them. Now, today, if you guys have questions about your angels or spirit guides, so remember on here the questions we are taking are questions like, can I tell if it's my angel or my spirit guide? Here are some signs I've been getting from my angels and my spirit guides or my loved ones. How do I know? Are these really them coming through to me, or am I making this up in my head? Because I want to make sure that you guys understand how this stuff really works, and that your loved ones, angels, pets who have passed on, spirit guides, animal totems, animal spirits are always right there trying to guide you, trying to get through to you. Okay. And I know everybody always they want a reading like, what is it? Tell me what I need to do, or should I take this job or that job? But the truth is that spirit comes through. Most of us psychic mediums, instead of giving you the answer as to what to do, spirit likes to come through and help you to become empowered to make those decisions, to hear the guidance they're giving you. So, for example, you might want to know, should I take this job or shouldn't I? What spirit really wants to teach you is how to feel which job to take, how to read the signs, how to get the inner strength to say no to the job you don't want, that maybe you feel pressure to take, right? What your animal loved one really wants you to know is, hey, you really did take care of me. Hey, I'm still here and I love you, right? I want you to be able to feel my presence, feel my gratitude, feel my love, right? So the questions that you actually ask are so much more important than the answers you come seeking. And the answer that spirit gives is not always the answer that you want. It might not even be the answer to the exact question that you are wanting to hear. But what it will be is the answer or the guidance that actually serves your highest good, that actually serves the situation best, right? So it might be like, how can I stop people from being mean to me? And maybe what spirit really wants to tell you is you need to learn to love yourself. And that's not always an answer that we want to hear, right? But one of the things I want to remind you all of today, extending from our beautiful conversation last week, is that spirit can see and feel and hear and sense what you're going through. But spirit also knows where you're coming from and where you've been. Okay. So spirit also wants to guide you into how to make the best choices for yourself. Okay. So that's what we want to focus on today. And if you guys have questions about anything metaphysical and how this works for you, feel free to call in and we can answer your question and guide you to tuning into those answers for yourself as well. Okay. So one of the things that comes through for people is they get dreams, or they'll get messages from nature, or they'll get messages from spirit guides and angels in ways that are sometimes so obvious and so comfortable and so familiar to them that they don't even recognize it as an actual message from spirit. Okay. Sometimes it is something so obvious. It might be a message on a license plate. It might be a song that comes on the radio. And oftentimes we're so consumed with thinking about what it is we want to know the answer to that we actually miss the wisdom and guidance that is coming through. Okay. So this is another thing to keep in mind if you guys are trying to figure out, am I getting messages? Is anybody talking to me? Does anybody hear my prayers? Is anybody listening to my plea for help? And the answer is yes, they all are listening. They're all listening. Okay. I understand that we have a caller. Hi, Vinny, I believe from Australia. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello. Thank you.
Hi, what can I do for you tonight?
How many questions I can ask? Firstly, I would like to know, I have a bit trouble with financial at the moment with the tax and stuff. Do you think I can get through this easily or not?
Well, so I'm seeing the number 3 and I'm number 6, and that usually indicates for me a period of time. And I want to remind you that as you're asking your question, you bring with you the guidance of source and spirit that is trying to guide you. So whether it's angels, spirit guides, and loved ones, they all have the same message because they can all see where you've come from and where you're going to. One of the things I'm seeing is that you do have 3 to 4 options available to you coming your way. And the question is, are you aware of those options? And are they things that you're unwilling to do? Because what I'm seeing is that you are going to have some relief to your financial situation in about 3 to 6 months. But I'm also seeing that in order for that to happen, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So whether it be that you're going to have to go into an area that perhaps is new to you and maybe not so familiar, but it's something that you're going to end up liking, which in other words, I see that one of the things that could prolong the relief to your financial situation is actually your inability to make some choices that you need to make. So it looks like if you can take a couple of small steps out of a comfort zone, whether that be a new area or maybe a schedule or a distance for work that maybe you think you don't want, that things will turn around and work out for the better because you will be actually changing your frequency. And when we raise our frequency, we invite more abundance into our life. It looks like you're actually coming out of a lower period. So our life often, it always has these ups and downs. And sometimes they feel like they last forever, but it's not going to be lasting forever. You do have things coming your way that are going to be turning things around. But remember, I'm being asked to remind you about this. It starts with you. So what I'm being asked to share with you is when we get off of here tonight, think about what is it that I'm not doing that I can do differently to really shift my vibration. Because as soon as you shift your vibration, what I'm seeing and feeling around you right now is so many support systems, loved ones, spirit guides, angels cheering you on. And they're all saying to you, like, do something different, go that way, shift your focus. Because as soon as you do that, they can all get on board and they can say, okay, we're behind you, like, let's do this. But you have free will. So somewhere in there, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but there are some decisions that you have not clearly made for yourself that will actually allow you to get over this hump. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Does that make
sense? I have
you?
someone close to me, that I always ask about everything. Yeah.
Yes. But it is up to you because you do have free will and they do want to support you 100%. They're literally, like, I'm not exaggerating. I can see and feel and hear them all rooting for you. And it's giving me chills. How much love and support that you actually have behind you. So what you really need to do is take that deep silent time. And if this were not what was coming in very clearly, Vinny, I would not be sharing this with you. get off of here tonight, do it right away, and just say, okay, radically honest with yourself. What is it I'm not doing that makes me uncomfortable? What choices have I not wanted to make? What is it I've been unwilling to do? Because that, my dear, is the block between where you are and getting over this hump. And when you do that, you're going to feel such a rush of like motivation and inspiration, and you're going to be so grateful that you did. And I see we got 60 seconds left, but you know, if you can do that within the next 3 to 6 months, I see things totally clearing up and opening up for you. And your life 6 months from right now can be entirely different and more relaxing and enjoyable than it is right now. Okay, is this helpful to you? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I would love to hear your feedback. We have about 30 seconds left. So I want to hear back from you in a few months. I want to hear how things are going for you, because I know you can do this. Okay, Vinny? Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sure.
Thank you for calling. You're welcome. And for everyone, I know this time goes so fast. It's hard for me to do readings so fast because there's so much stuff that comes in, but I want to thank you all for tuning in. And I want you all to remember that you have a support system beyond what you can imagine behind you. You don't have to sense it with your physical senses right now. Just believe, ask for the validation that we talked about last week. Allow yourself to sit quietly and know that they're there for you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a beautiful rest of your week.